It's Lisa again. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is one of the most important skills that there is to learn, that interestingly enough we don't really teach in school that I'm aware of, and yet it's essential for all relationships and all our success, I think, in life, school, at work, and community, on a team, living together. Just really important. It's listening. And I've always been struck at the fact that listening is something that's really simple to do, but it's not always easy to do, especially in our society that we're so busy running and working and going and doing and trying to achieve and get things done. And by the way, we're never going to get it all done. Good to remember. So, in the midst of striving, so many times we miss opportunities to really listen to one another. And I think that that leads to lots of miscommunication. I think that's why one of my favorite books is The Four Agreements, which is about being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, not making assumptions, and doing your best. I'll talk about that book another day. But that's important because a lot of times when people try to tell us things, whether it's a teenager, a child, an adult, we're busy. We have so much on our minds. We're trying to multitask, which also we're learning doesn't really work. Not really present at any of those things we're doing at the same time. And I'm just as guilty of trying to squeeze in one more thing, and it doesn't really work. And something has to give. So I think if we could develop our skill of listening, just practicing the next time today somebody speaks to you, to just take a moment and try to really understand, like Stephen Covey talks about in 7 Strategies of Highly Effective People. Seek first to understand. Try to understand what it is your 5-year-old or 15-year-old or 55-year-old friend or 85-year-old parent is trying to tell you. Before you try to give your input, listen. I've often said in my presentations on grief and loss that too often we say to people in passing, hey, how are you? But we don't really wait to hear how the person is, or maybe we don't really care. And I don't mean that we don't care, but maybe in that particular moment we don't have the time or inclination to really wait to hear how they're doing. I think it's better to just say, hi, nice to see you, if it is nice to see the person. Otherwise, just say, hey. Because when we say to someone, how are you? It opens an opportunity for them to share how they're doing. And especially because I work with grieving people, when people are grieving and going through some difficult times, for them to have to say, fine, because they know most of the time that's what people have space to hear, fine. And sometimes as you're responding to how are you, the person's already walked away. They say it makes them feel kind of sad that they can't share. Not that they always want to share how they really are doing, but it's just something to remember. So in the next day or two, notice when somebody calls you or is in front of you at school, at work, on a sport, in your community, no matter where, at home, and somebody starts to say something, think about this and say, let me try to really listen and listen to understand. Don't jump in so quickly. Don't interrupt. Don't be ready with advice. Most of the time, people don't even want advice. They really just want someone to listen. And as we listen, we make space for them to kind of hear themselves and understand how they're feeling and what they're thinking as well. And then if you wait, when it's your turn, they will listen to you. So try that today. I think listening is the greatest gift we can give another human being. It makes them feel valued, makes them feel important, and it makes them feel really cared about and respected and loved. So try that. And I know you know that yourselves when people listen to you, really listen. You walk away saying, wow, that felt really good to have somebody hear me. So thanks so much for listening. Hope you check out my other vlogs. Thank you. Have a great day and listen, please.